Pressure goes a little left in the backswing, yeah, and then as you swing down, you're gonna push up here, get taller, yeah. There we go. It's pretty good. So, when you get so stiff and rigid, okay, it's really hard to manage where we hit the ground, okay, because there's no play and you can't undo it. So if you don't time it up perfectly, then you get some of that issues. And you said like it gets chunky, right? Or you catch behind it again. This stuff's it's firm, but you can kind of thump the club off the ground. So what I want you to do when you get set up, I want you to create a little bit more softness in your, especially your left elbow. Okay, and then from there you like are really set into your left side. The problem, it's okay to get into your left side, but I'd rather see you, say you start like 60-40 or like maybe 65-ish type thing. That gives you the freedom to then move into your left side a little bit more. Okay, because the feel when we come down, we want to feel like there's a little bit of pressure moving towards your lead side, your left side, and then from there you can get up and get tall. Okay, because then the other piece of it we need to get the feel that you can release the club a little bit, okay? Because you got, yours goes this way, right? We talked about it goes, because it's so stiff, the club goes into the ground and then you pull it up and end up out here, okay? That can make it hard to hit high soft ones. It's hard to spin it, okay? Because you're not allowing the club to release through, okay? When we follow through, we want to feel like the club can move around our side. If you're hitting like a low bump and run one, that's okay. Like you might feel like it finishes over here, but it's pretty limited the shots you can hit with that. Okay, so set up in there like you're gonna hit this. Yeah, so a little more neutral. Bring your feet a little bit closer together. Yeah. Okay, now you're gonna feel like a little softness here, okay? Okay, so now take the club back and I want you to feel like the club face opens up just a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. You can stay outside, but then now this elbow softens, okay? Now, when you bring the club down, do that again, take it back, okay? Now as you bring that club down, let it release, let it club fall, and you follow through, this elbow should soften. So this elbow, feel like it bends. Now you gotta, now rotate. So turn more, like your whole body. There you go, yeah. Okay, like, because if I was gonna hit a shot like this, okay? Heads up for a second. If I'm going here, I want you to see how much rotation there is, okay? So we're here, soft kind of elbows, hands. We don't need a ton of play, like with our wrists, okay? I'm gonna set the club a little bit open, but then, see how much I rotate here? If I was gonna hit one, just kind of a stock little shot. Okay, so, and again, I'm trying to, I don't have to go too high with this one, but the club I'm feeling like is moving more around my body. Okay. Right, so it's not that kind of stuck out here where this is so rigid. So this, you allow it to flow, you allow everything to move with you, and then you get a better, more consistent release of the club. Yes. That already was better. Okay. So set up in there like you're gonna hit it. Bad. So your feel, I want you to try this on a couple. You're gonna let this club go, and I want you to feel like your left elbow doesn't disconnect from your side. Okay, so you can grab it actually and hold it, like grab your arm, squeeze it to your side, make a little backswing without a ball first. Okay, now follow through. See how it forces that elbow to hinge, and you're gonna feel like you're a little more that way. You're gonna feel like you're kind of throwing the club head. See how you want to hang on? You see how you got it here and want it to hang on? So I want you to feel like you let this club go. Like you're kind of flipping it, okay? Yeah, now do that on a shorter shot. It's easier when you make a long backswing. Do it on a little one. Yeah, there you go. Now that elbow's trying to soften a little bit. A little bit, yeah. There we go. Does that feel different? A little bit, yeah. Okay, now put both hands on and try and move the same way. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. To hit him soft, does it feel like you got to cut across him really hard? Yeah. You get this like hands pulling around you. Part of that's the club face. Like you don't, because if the club face doesn't open up enough on the way back, you can't actually release it. So if you think about it, if the club face gets shut, okay, to take speed off of it, like think full swing, right? If the club face is really shut, if you're gonna hit it softer, that's usually like a big wipe across it.
Yeah.
And so around the greens, we're trying to take speed off on a lot of these shots. We don't want to hit them as hard. So you do it, because the club face is 2-shot, it's hard for you to then release it this way. Okay. So then instead, because you hang on and you get stiff here, so then you get here and you kind of pull it across, because you're going to get more of a glancing blow, which will take the speed off. Yeah. It's really hard to do, though, with any consistency. Okay. So you feel if you let the club face open up just a little bit more on the way back, then we can feel we can let it go a little bit more on the way through. If we get softer through this left side, then we can become really consistent and have a greater margin for error at the bottom. Okay, so you're not going to run the risk of getting these chunky, or the bladed ones. You can feel like you got a little bit more touch around it. Okay, so try that a couple practice swings. You're going to feel like you're just kind of soft through your elbows. And when you take the club back, let it open up just a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah. Good. So now do it a little bit shorter. Imagine you're hitting this shot here. There you go. Yeah. Okay, go ahead and hit a couple. Okay, not bad. That's getting better. What's standing out?
What do you mean?
What are you noticing? What do you feel?
I feel like I'm catching less of the ground.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Still brushing the ground, right?
Yeah, I'm still touching the ground.
Okay. It's not as sharp.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so hit a couple more for me. I want you to make a couple practice swings. I want you to feel like you release it and the club goes this way. Just with your right hand. Okay. Just to get a feel for the club moving. Yes. Good. Does that feel different? Okay, now put the left hand on, see if you can do that the same way. Yeah. Try a little less hinge on the way back. Yes, there you go. Good. Okay, now try and hit a couple. Just that. What that can do, you're adding a little bit of softness, and when you release it this way, you're adding a little bit more loft. Okay, so when we get this release going here, now we're presenting more loft into the ball, which can help you swing harder so you can generate more spin, or have it come out higher and softer, right? Because you stop it with two ways. You stop it with spin or with land angle. Okay, some shots from here we can spin it just fine, right? Like it's a tight enough lie, it's good enough. Again, what we're chipping onto isn't that tough, but there might be some shots where we don't have the room to spin, so then we got to go up. Okay, and so to go up, we need to set ourselves up where we've got lots of loft, and then we have to let that club head pass your hands. Okay. Okay, start with the club face a little more open.
Okay.
Where do you think you need to land this?
I'm thinking just left and a little past of that first leaf there.
Yeah.
That's where I'm kind of looking.
Because that shot, I mean, it's 6 feet past the hole? It's not too bad.
Yeah.
And this one's running away pretty good at the end.
Yeah.
I like that. Because with a good, these are range balls, right? With a good ball, that's going to check pretty good. Yeah. So that one you cut a little bit thin too, hey?
Slightly, yeah.
And that's the thing, right? We want to try and create a movement pattern where you don't have to hit it perfect. Mm-hmm. Because the way you move right now, you probably feel like you got to hit them perfect for them to work, hey? And so when you're under pressure and you know you have to hit it perfect for it to work, what happens to the tension? goes up, right? You feel like your margin for error is smaller, and so then you have to be even more perfect to execute. It just adds this pressure that we don't need. If you know that you could hit this shot, you don't have to hit it perfect, and it can still work. Automatically, you feel better, right? And then your chance of executing gets better. And then you can hit it good, and it's great. You can hit it okay, and it's still pretty good. And then all of a sudden, instead of chipping it to 10 feet, now you're chipping it to 5 feet, and the putts get shorter. So just it helps take the pressure off in a lot of ways, okay?
Yeah.
So I want you to hit a couple to this short one again.
Okay.
And what I want you to feel, so this is one of my favorite shots that I think can be really, really useful, especially once you get into, like, on some Bermuda stuff. I actually learned this from a guy down in Tulsa. Okay, and so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna go like handle higher, okay? Really soft elbows, okay? And this is, I'm gonna show you the exaggerated way to do it, but you can do it for just like a bunch of normal shots. But what we're going with here is, I'm getting the heel off the ground a little bit, okay? Then I'm gonna open the club face. I'm gonna feel like my elbows just kind of tuck into my sides, and then all I'm gonna do is turn and turn, okay? So if you get onto something that's tight, or this could be something you get onto some like Bermuda, or like say it's like, you know, you get down south when it's like kind of soft, like you get a lot of water stuff, like you get a lot of soft stuff, like especially in the spring, hey?
Yeah.
So you get kind of like soft, muddy Bermuda where like,
Yeah.
it's not much fun, right? Okay, where you feel like the club can dig and it's gonna stick, or you can blade it. So you can take this shot, okay, elbows kind of tuck in, and then I'm just gonna turn back and turn through. So you see my elbows stay really soft, turn back, turn through. And now I'm just kind of glancing the toe of the club off the ground, but the ball comes out high and soft, except for the one I bladed. Okay, so it's gonna come out like nice and high and soft. If you catch it low on the face, it can spin a ton, but it's really hard to, like, if I hit it right out of this divot, okay, so I'm here, but I don't have to do anything, right? When we're trying to time something up, if say we need to spin or hit it high, generally you have to add more speed. So if you can hit a shot here where it's just a little open, turn and turn. This one's got a lot of bounce. I got 12 degrees of bounce on here, which is probably too much for a tight lie. What do you have on your wedge? 8? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so get set up in here. Okay, so you're gonna go a little closer to the ball, a little higher hands. Feel like your forearms kind of roll underneath it a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Okay, open the club face a little more. There you go. Yeah, and you feel like this stays connected, okay? Your elbows have to stay connected to your side,
okay,
and you just turn back, turn through. Pretty good for the first try. Okay, do that again. So that one you got a little, best way to describe it, like pushing or driving of that shaft.
Okay.
Okay, so then the hands get a little bit too far ahead.
Okay.
Again, you're feeling like, imagine like the butt end of the club basically points to like the same spot the whole way. We don't want to feel like it's driving it at all. Gotcha. And again, it comes from that left side.
Yeah.
Because when you get here and you get that push, and you might do with either hand, like we're not measuring it, but that feel, you just allow this piece to float up around you.
Okay.
Better. And then you also have to make sure you rotate. Okay, close, hey?
Yeah, getting there.
There we go. Now you're starting to release it. Okay, what's that feel like?
Feels a lot different than what I'm used to. But
what part?
I don't know. I feel like I'm really close to the ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then just the main thing I'm really focusing on is just bend.
That's a first. I've never seen a ball make it there.
Oh yeah, just like having the elbows bent is definitely the weird
softer, right?
Yeah, softer.
Like it's something. I saved a video. It was of like the South African guys like Oosthuizen, Schwartzel, and Els chipping.
Okay.
And you can see every chip, it was like their elbows like tucked into their side.
Yeah.
So like massive release. That doesn't mean the ball's gonna come out high though either. Okay. When we get this nice release of the club. When this bends, generally it's easier if this bends. It's tough to release it when this stays locked up. Now you can.
Yeah.
There's shots if you can go like, if you want to feel like you're really wide and really like trying to get it up tight or up really high and soft, that can be a move too, because then you really control this radius, but you don't have much feel when you're trying to make that move. So let's take this shot. So let's say like here would be a tougher one. Like if we say we were trying to hit it to like that first flag over the ridge. Okay. But let's say, because this would be a pretty tough shot off a firm lie. Like let's say you had to fly it past, like if you had to fly it past that. Okay, that's like degree of difficulty is pretty high there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see how you'd hit this, knowing what you know now. Nice. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was good.
How would you have hit this before?
Before I just think about opening the face and then just going through my normal movements. That's it.
Okay. There we go. It's pretty good. There's still like a little bit of that drag, which sometimes that helps. Right? You're trying to take speed off, but allow that to really go. You're creating, sometimes you can just set it up like create a lot of extension in this lead wrist to start and then keep it there. And you see how it ends up here as opposed to dragging it around?
Yeah.
Because what we want to find, like there's certain things that have to happen, but we want to find the best way for you. Right? What feels the most comfortable, what feels the easiest, what's going to work when you're playing up here versus when you get down south and you got to play off some Bermuda, right?
Yeah.
To give you these options.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's close. Yeah, that's okay. Because this is really tight, right? This shot off this leg gets tougher because you've got no forgiveness. This would be like, it's not the exact same, but this would be like what they'd play off, like similar to stuff like they're playing in the Open right now, right?
Yeah.
There we go. That was awesome.
Yeah, that felt good.
What'd that feel like?
I don't know, just crisp.
Okay. Yeah, so like why I keep asking, right? Like I'm not trying to quiz you.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I'm trying to build up your feel so that you can say like, okay, what did I do? Because if you can hit that shot, you'll be like, awesome, great shot. But then like next time you try to hit it, you're like, well, can't really remember what I did, right? So we're trying to get into touch, like what did I notice? What did I feel? Like latch on, especially on the good shots, latch on to what felt good or what you noticed. Because some people aren't very good at it, or they're not used to paying attention to it. And the other thing too, like that's a perfect example of like, that's the shot you want to remember, right? We want to make sure that when we hit really good shots like that, like they're clear in our memory. Like you want to play them over, like get in touch with them as much as you can, because it might be a shot you need in a tournament. You can be like, okay, yeah, I remember when I floated this one with a little bit of check, landed on top of the ridge, dribbled down to the hole. Because you can't really hit it any better than that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's close. What I just want you to do, you're still kind of blocking your rotation. Okay. Let that move, okay? Because when you get this piece moving a little bit more, it frees yourself up to release it. When it doesn't move, it's tough to get this going. So when you turn through, you don't want it to outrace your arms, but just feel like when you come down, this piece can move too, okay? Brett. That was good.
Yeah.
hit that one perfect?
No, that was thin.
Yeah. So it's, again, really tough shot. You hit it thin and you get, I don't know what, like maybe 9-10 feet.
Yeah.
You see how that ball is sliding a little bit out to the right? Okay, that's a sign that you're just dragging across it a little bit. Okay, so it actually takes some of the spin off of it, right? Because it's sliding up the face. So that's, if you see that shot, that's just, when you get in here, you're just kind of dragging it a little bit as opposed to like squaring it up. Yeah, so you're releasing it, but with releasing it, let's go in here without the roll to shut the face. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's close, so try that. Just feel like you let that club go a little bit more, okay? There you go. Nice. That's so soft. Nice. That was way different. Because it's what feels like usually weird the first time when you actually like release one. It feels like you're adding a bunch of loft, but then the ball comes out low and checks. Like, you ever hit those shots where you're like, say you're in the rough or something like that, and you like hit it and it comes out like super low and hot and then just like grabs out of nowhere. What's happening there is you're releasing the club, so you're adding speed, but you're hitting it right down off the bottom grooves. And so that's where we create the most amount of spin. Now, you don't have to spin a lot of shots, right? Like a shot like this, I wouldn't want to hit one where it's going to like race in there, take a few hops, and then grab and stop. Those are like pretty high degree of difficulty, but you want to have the control where it's going to grab off the face, so it's predictable. And that one there, you released it, you finished and you were over here, versus the last time you hit the shot, you finished and you were here. It was wildly different, okay? In a really good way. So here's the fun part, right? Like, if you wanted to have this grab more and more, you just feel like you'd like throw that club at it even more. It seems like it's for this type of lie. So when you're reading the lie, like firmer, tighter, thinner the grass is, the ball is going to come out lower, faster with more spin. More rough and like juicy it is, it comes out higher, it comes out softer, it comes out with less spin, and it comes out slower. Okay, so that's kind of like when you're reading a lie. But like one like this, if you feel like you kind of throw it a little bit more, that's how you create, if you need it to. Again, you don't need spin very often, like not very often, but like we don't want to have to rely on it, because again, usually you're swinging harder, and as, you see those, like you always see it in like the Ryder Cup. Remember that shot Rory hit in the Ryder Cup? Well, like one coach told me, he's like, you know why you see that in the Ryder Cup more often? Because they don't have to hit the next one if they miss it, right? So they really high degree of difficulty, like I gotta pull this off. If they don't pull it off, like they can go pick up their ball, right? So again, it's, you don't see a lot of players, they look sexy, right? If you were to like throw it 3/4 of the way there and it just 2 hops and stops, it looks cool, but like you don't see that shot very often, because it's, the margin for error is so small. So try one here. I want you to feel like, imagine you had to spin this a little bit more. So all you're feeling is like when you're coming in, you're letting this go even more, okay? Okay, what other shots you want to look at?
I don't know.
Just go in the rough?
I guess. Yeah, we'll try the rough. Try that.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. I wouldn't really think of anything.
Sure.
I don't. Yeah, really think about it too much. Difference between the fairway and the rough, but I don't know.
Sure. Okay, let's see you hit it.
Okay.
Not bad. Look, like a little heavy, hey?
Yeah.
So this is where, when you're coming out of the rough like this is where you're going to want the club face to open more.
Okay.
Because if it gets shut, it won't glide through this. It can kind of dig and stick. So on that backswing, like what I want to see, allow it to open up a little bit more on the backswing. Because if it gets shut and we're trying to like add loft or swing through, because we generally need a little more speed through the ball. But then what can happen is we'll get this like back up and out, because that's the only way we can add loft. Whereas if we let the face open a little bit more on the way back, now we can actually release through the ball. Yeah, so that's, the face is pretty neutral then. I think last time you were even more shut.
Yeah.
And now make a backswing where you let it open up. Yes, good, okay. Okay, what'd you feel there?
I feel like I just kind of scooped under it.
Yeah. So what happened there, again, the ball was sitting up, but that's where you got into that. I kind of floated backwards. Okay, we still got to be moving down into this ball. Okay, so that's that move where when you get over, we still want to feel the pressure can move to your left, like move towards the target in the backswing. Then when you come through, we have this bit of like stand up, like you get taller, that's going to thump that club through the grass. So we don't get that hang back and then you hit it like right off the top of the face, right? It didn't go anywhere because we couldn't manage the speed because we're just hanging back a little bit. So make a backswing for me, okay? Feel like the pressure goes a little left in the backswing, and then as you swing down, you're going to push up here, get taller, and then you can feel, again, that's where how much we release kind of depends on the shot you're trying to hit. When you hit these shots, this is what I see a lot of people do, is they make practice swings in the rough and they just brush like the top of their grass. Okay, that doesn't really help. You got to make these practice swings and you got to thump the ground, like find out where the bottom is. Because a lie like this, right, like I could basically slide my whole club underneath that ball. So when I make this swing, I want to make sure I know where that ground is so that I don't slide right underneath it. And so when you see a lie like this, depending on how high up off the grass is, you either have to know that it's going to hit somewhere high in the face. And so what happens if you hit it high in the face? What do we know now?
It's not going to go anywhere.
It won't go anywhere, right? It's going to come out higher. It's going to have way less spin. Okay, so sometimes it's all you can do, depending on the lie. So what we want to do to try and bring that strike point lower in the face, we might move it a little further back in your stance. Okay, and so here's where, again, reading it. If you move it further back in your stance, the club's generally going to be moving a little bit steeper into the ball. Okay, there's probably going to be a little bit less loft on the club. Okay, so we have to account for that. But we're trying to give ourselves the best chance for that solid strike. So a lie like this, where it's sitting up a little bit, again, maybe a little further back, because the club's going to be a little more de-lofted and we're hitting down on it, maybe I'll open the face a little bit more. Again, there's no exact science here, but just when you get into this a little bit, like you're probably decent at it already, just being a high-level player. But if we know why all this stuff happens, it can just help us, again, come to the best conclusion of the shot we want to hit sooner. Okay, so try that one again. So we'll just go a little further back in your stance. Okay, because you don't have to hit this one way up in the air, right? This would be like that stock shot. Obviously, like if you got to go higher, the ball's got to go further forward in your stance. If you can hit it lower, you can move it further back. Again, adjusting stuff at setup is lots of times the easiest way to give yourself different types of shots. So that's not bad, right? It kind of squirted a little bit. But I mean, this is a really severe pin, but it ended up pretty close to pin high, right? So let's go to that far flag, okay? So we've got kind of like, let's give you like kind of a medium lie here again, okay? So where do we want to land this?
Thinking like pretty much the top of the hill.
Like you don't really want to try and land stuff on upslopes, but because it's going up this ridge, we don't really have a chance. And it's pretty flat there, so kind of like between this one flag and the top of the ridge, hey? Okay, so what trajectory do you see this ball coming in at? Even if we just go like low, mid, high.
Just mid.
Yeah. Pretty stock shot, hey? Okay. Nice. I like that. Is that the window you saw it coming out at?
Yeah.
Okay, good. See it again. Okay, so what happened there?
Squirted a bit right.
Yeah. Could have been like, might just had a little bit too much loft.
Okay.
Because you don't have to go high, so you might not have had to open the club face quite that much, or could have felt like we, hit down on it a little bit more. Just again, the lie was decent, and you're 10 feet away, right? That's not a terrible shot from this far away. We're probably 30 yards from that hole, so that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I like that better. Just a little more controlled trajectory, hey?
Yeah.
And again, any shot that we can hit where it's more predictable and we're not relying on like, well, how much of the top of the face is this going to hit? Like, do I know where it's coming out of, the better. Nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. So there's that one we talked about. Hey, it kind of came out low, but it had some spin on it.
Yeah.
Not bad. You take that shot from here every time, hey?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And so what you want to get in, like, this is the technical side of it, okay, which is obviously really important. But when you're playing, when you're in tournaments, it's not this stuff you got to be thinking about.
No.
Kind of like the putting that we talked about is, like, how do we create the picture, right? How do we get connected to the shot we're trying to hit? And this is where, when we make our practice swings, we've got, like, that nice little thump of the ground. But then we're picturing how the ball is going to come out, where it's going to land, how it's going to roll. Like, I like the idea of, like, read your chips like they're a putt. It gets you into the shot. So then you see the picture of, okay, the ball's going to start rolling here. Now it's going to move on the greens this way. It's a good habit to get into because you're setting yourself up for the best possible outcome, right? Which we owe it to ourselves. Like, why not? Like, why not try and make them? That doesn't mean we're super aggressive or anything like that, but we're setting this shot up as if we're going to go in the hole. Okay? It's a tough shot. Okay, you're up one. It's pretty good. Jeez. Nice shot.
Thanks.
It's a good start. It's another one. So, like, being a good chipper, it's being able to hit like some of the like tough shots, but even more importantly, it's like not screwing up the easy ones. Like, it's just it's not being able to hit the high, soft, floaty, spinny one. It's like when you get into like a spot like this, like say you got like 5, 6 feet of fringe, lots of green to the hole, like any one of these shots, like those are ones you can't mess up, right? So you want to make sure that these ones, and this is where you get some movement that's quieter, right? Where you got more margin for error. That's where you can really see that it gets a little bit easier. Too much spin. Finally lost one.
Did you get me?
Yeah, I was right here. Yeah. Okay, any other questions?
No, this was really helpful.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Like that, it wasn't a major change, but definitely some different moves, eh?
For sure.
What was the, like, what made the most sense or what resonated the most?
Well, for me, like, just those last few chips, like, what I'm thinking about is just rotating and releasing.
Okay.
That's
really simple, eh?
And then, it's set up just relaxing the elbows.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it makes such a difference because you already have, watching the way you move and then the shots you were hitting to start, I would say you've probably got like really good feel, like
Yeah.
really good touch type thing.
Yeah.
And then to give you a movement pattern that just gives you more freedom,
Mm-hmm.
makes life so much easier. So then you can use that touch, use those hands, because I see a lot of people who it's like, say their hands get in the way when they're chipping, and a lot of times it's just because they've got like suboptimal movement and their hands are working really hard, but when it goes off, they feel it in their hands. Like I think you've got good touch and good hands, so now you've got a little bit more of a toolkit in order to hit the shots you want to hit.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
Any other questions?
No, not for now. Yeah.
Okay, man, that was good.
Yeah. Really
Yeah,
appreciate it.
good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats again on that win too.
Yeah. Thank you.